because there is not enough room for these youngsters that are coming up through the Xfinity Series right now who have a lot of money, and I'm going to say many of them have a lot of talent to get seat time.
3, 2, 1.
Hope everybody out there has had a great week. I am Todd Brown with That Racing Show. I'm enjoying the 4th of July. Looky right there. Bringing that to you. Courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Crazy part today is I want to talk about Daniel Suarez, but in a good way. So I hope you join me for this. Man, I'm going to tell you, here's the problem with so much of NASCAR right now today is because there's not enough seats in the Cup Series for drivers coming up through. This is a fact. So here's the deal. Daniel Suarez. The guy, man, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him in so many ways. I knew when Pitbull dipped out that this was going to happen. And for reasons, again, because there's not enough seats coming up. And as soon as Conor Zillage got in that damn, he's doing what he's doing. So it's obvious. The writing's on the wall. And I want to take you back to an episode that I was a guest on of Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. And watch this, and then I'll clarify where I'm going. Racing now is more about the TV revenue.
Yep.
That's the aspect of it. It's entertainment more than it is racing in so many ways. So
I'll add on to that. And you were asking about rigged and all that stuff. We go into the World Series. They sell all that beer and food. They gotta run it so many games for it to be profitable. They're not gonna kill it in 3.
Yep.
But
Well, let's do this real quick. Let's hear what was said.
There were so many crazy things that happened. My motorhome broke down, had all sorts of issues going on at home that were very strange. Danica and I almost wrecked in practice. We had the fastest car, and it was this crazy thing. In the middle of the race, either we had a bad pit stop towards the end or I screwed something up. And I remember pulling out, weaving behind the pace car thinking, I did it. I gave up my whole everything I ever worked for. I'll never forget Dave Rogers coming on the radio and saying, we got them right where we want them. And we went and we passed every single one of the guys I had to beat. And there was something about that caution. It was like the final thing to say, damn it, you're not supposed to win this thing. This is not supposed to happen. I know NASCAR was throwing those cautions to make it more exciting. That's a fact.
So here's the wild part. Carl Edwards damn near won a championship. But he left. And to his own words, he said, it was manipulation. And we've all seen different things that have happened for so long over the years. And this is the crazy part because at that time, Daniel Suarez was the 2015 Rookie of the Year in Xfinity Series. He was the 2016 Xfinity Champion in Xfinity Series. And then here goes, boom, Carl Edwards, out of the blue, dips out. And here comes Daniel into a seat that I'm not sure he was ready for. I don't think he even was prepared for it himself at the time. And the crazy part about this is back then, I was actually Daniel Suarez's body double. Like, I know, look at me, look at Daniel, but I was actually his body double on Coca-Cola shoots. Take a look at this. You see that hand right there? That's not Daniel Suarez as it was supposed to be. That was me. Best hand job I ever had. Going to tell you that right now. But the crazy part is, when he gets into this car, he's expecting to perform just like Carl did. Didn't happen. And then, before Martinsville that year, Dave Rogers leaves as crew chief. Daniel gets his old crew chief back. And, things just didn't happen the way it was, the way it should have, apparently. But then you got Martin Truex Jr. over here, who is a former champion, who his team is shutting down, and he needs a place to go. And they've been JGR connection through the years. So, boom. Yeah, there goes Daniel. Here comes Martin into that seat. And then Daniel went to Stewart-Haas Racing in 2019. And partially through that year, what happens? Well, here comes Cole Custer. He's ready to make the Cup move. And his dad is a big wig with Stewart-Haas. So Daniel loses his ride again. And then 2020 goes with Gaunt Racing, a team that nobody expects to do really well by any means. But, he goes out and does his thing. He's out there getting track time. And then 2021, Trackhouse Racing forms, and they hire Daniel. And this is a team that, nobody expected really to come out of the box and be super great or anything like that. But by 2022, Daniel's out there, got his first win. And here we are, 2025, and he's out. Why is he out? Because there is not enough room for these youngsters that are coming up through the Xfinity Series right now who have a lot of money, and I'm going to say many of them have a lot of talent to get seat time. And this is what Connor Zilich right here. Obviously, the kid's, he's strong. And I'm going to tell you, the way this boy handles, I'm going to call him a young man. Sorry. The way this young man handles himself, it blows my mind. He's a top-notch dude. He's a hell of a driver, and he's a great spokesman by far. But you got to look at it. You got to look at the series right now, just the Xfinity Series. I mean, you got Jesse Love coming up through. You got his teammate over there, Austin Hill. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people say different things. I've said things about Austin deserving a cup ride. People give me shit about it, but he does. In my opinion, he does, because he's going to be in a crowd of drivers that are going to give him right back what he's given everybody else, and he's going to learn, and I'm going to tell you, the dude would be a winner. But here's the deal. Again, when you go to RCR, I don't know what the hell Austin Dillon's doing. I don't know when he's leaving. He seems to be enjoying what he's doing. Kyle Busch has done said he's going to ride around, race, and do everything that he can. I mean, this dude's out here racing everything right now. I love this. I'm actually going to go up to Charlotte Motor Speedway to film him with the Legends cars here soon, because I just love the fact he's out there. He's enjoying everything with his kid, and he said he's going to race until his kid gets up to truck level. So that eliminates any rides with RCR for these two drivers, Jesse and Austin. And then you got, over at Dale Jr., you got Carson Clavel, and you got Sammy Smith. And, I mean, Carson, yeah, that dude's, I'm going to promise you, he's going to rise up through too. And you got Sammy. Sammy's got a lot of money behind him. Let's just be honest. Sammy Smith has a shit ton of money behind him. And that's, I'm not saying he's not a good driver by any means. I'm just saying he got an ass load of money. It's going to get him where he needs to go. So these guys are going to continue to rise. And this is what I fear, because I think other drivers are going to start losing their seats because these people are coming in with money. And if you're not winning, well, we got this money right here. We'll replace you easily. And this wasn't the way back in the day. I mean, back in the day, drivers worked their way up through the series. It wasn't about sponsorship that got them there. It was their performance. If you performed, sponsorship came along. Now it's family, friends. I got this right over here. Hey, wait a minute. Let me get this checkbook. We'll make this happen. That's the way it goes. I don't like that. I like the old days. And this is what separates me from a lot of these new people out here that got their shows and their channel, whatever the hell you want to call them, on Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff. But here we go. With Daniel Suarez, man, I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see Daniel Suarez go to Junior Motorsports. I 100% do. I think this would be an awesome deal. I think the guy could rebuild his career 100%. I think he could win a ass load of races, and I do honestly think with his history, his experience, he could win a championship. And man, I'm just blown away about this stuff, because this is where NASCAR's came, that so many youngins with money have got established that the people who have worked their way up to be real race car drivers don't have a shot. I don't like that. I think it needs to go back to the old ways. Actually, I'd love to see NASCAR start a real series of old race cars. I would like to see a series of the old Monte Carlos, Thunderbirds. You know what? We can produce every Buick body, Pontiac body, everything else. I would like to see a series of that some of these guys coming up through could decide, you know what? Hey, I'd rather race this and be competitive and race in a real race car instead of over here running in. And I'm not saying that the NASCAR drivers in the Cup Series right now have no abilities. Nothing like that, because they're amazing drivers. But I'd like to see these drivers have a different opportunity to go drive an old Cup car, race an old Cup car, and kick ass in that. I don't know where I'm going with this. Like I said, I'm enjoying the red, white, and blue, and well, wherever the hell it is. There's the red, white, and blue. But I just want to talk some racing on the 4th of July. I want to be a little bit different because, again, I'm not like everybody else out here on YouTube. I'm an old school racer. Been racing since I was 12 years old. Been at a racetrack since I was 6 months old. And I'm just different. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this. Throw them comments down below. And above all, man, happy 4th of July to you. Be safe, and man, as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.